Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we got a good video, so grab some popcorn because we got 95 workers versus streamers debate. What is harder? As a fellow YouTuber, I would say obviously, come on now, let's go priority straight. Obviously, it's harder to sit in front of a camera and stare at a screen all day. But let's see what these guys got to say.
Your mom like that, dude.
Right now.
Shout out to Face Clan,
and
what the hell you want to say?
Your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous. You would have to go to
That's disagreed though, because streaming is quite dangerous because you could get jumps. Thinking outside the box here.
work. You can't leave
Went
you
to school, and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
Wait, this kind of getting kind of intense.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
Hey, this is getting kind of intense already, and we just started. Special thanks to Jubilee for the idea. Why my headset so loud, dude?
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Male carrier.
Alright, so
Okay.
my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not fact.
Quick input. I feel like it really just depends on the 9 to 5, to be honest. If we're talking about like working at like, for what I'm saying, the shops, I'm working at like Foot Locker. Come on, obviously that's easier. You just be like, yo, you want some shoes? Grab it around the back for you. You feel what I'm saying? That is easier, but something like a doctor definitely difficult.
Facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah,
maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few
no.
phone calls.
Hey, I look you feel Lacey's reasoning there, because technically you could be like 2 hours of sleep. You could still be at the job, and you're still gonna get paid for it. If it's a warehouse job, you could be at the warehouse job like this. If I'm saying half asleep for all that matters, and you're still gonna get paid for it. But something like streaming, you gotta be on it. Unless you're like one of those streamers that kind of plays games all day. But I feel like it depends on the type of streamer as well.
Calls.
Nope.
With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like
I
a
feel
switch
that. I feel
never
that.
You're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier. I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every
Mail
motherfucking
carrier.
day.
We have to
Damn.
deal with
Slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make,
That's
every
crazy.
thought
You
we
guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had
We
it made
don't-
like y'all.
We don't have to
I
go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend? What's the next
Shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day.
God, I have
And
to
got
stream
dogs,
today.
and I got dogs that want to.
Hey, Lacey's kind of speaking facts of us. So is this guy. They both kind of
My
speaking
ass.
facts.
Hey.
Lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy
I wish I
24/7.
could be at home like you and get back and get paid
I don't
big
even.
money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I got to slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I got to work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid.
That's
It's
facts,
simple
though.
as that.
That's-
You have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay.
But if he works, he's guaranteed to get paid. Now hear me out. If I feel like we're arguing on the type of streamer, because like some streamers generally just be sleeping like 16 hours a day, wake up, play the game 16 hours a day, and don't really be leaving the room. And I feel like that is technically easier. But something like IRL, you gotta really be on that thing. Like think about Mr. Beast. Like
If you
you
work
think
out
Mr. Beast's job is
I
easy?
got to work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't get
Just
paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat
This-
spamming
see-
L's. Oh, this is frustrating. We don't like that.
And I feel like this is why we do have to give Adapt that Nobel Peace Prize he's been deserving. Cause what a good point. Like I'm saying I've had some else spammed in my chat before, and oh boy, it's a bad feeling. I feel like no 9 to 5 could ever recreate that feeling. And I feel like that's just facts. They'll never understand. They'll never understand what it feels like to have L's in the
High
chat.
energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every
Bro, why is he talking like he's onto something? If streaming is so easy,
single person in this seat is not a streamer.
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's facts. The streaming's so easy. Why is everyone gonna be a streamer? Well, that's what I'm trying to do because I feel like it's
That's
easy.
their fault.
I get called
Oh.
fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my god.
Oh, they got red flags.
Fortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
No, these guys are actually just trolling them. Oh my god. Look at this dude over here, man. He's looking at the camera like, what's going on here? We got Albert Einstein in the back. That guy, he doesn't even get included in the row. He has to sit in the back all alone. This woman, holy, is this like Miss Trunchbull from Matilda or something? This woman's kind of chill.
So you raise your flag. Is there a
Ex
reason you did that?
chief.
I was actually a cook for 15 years.
Chief. Please just look at chef. How does one even read that
I
sheaf?
had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to
That is how getting up works, you know. You do get up every single day.
work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
Deal with children every day. We too. deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How
I do feel like that's kind of hard though, because you could be trying to just get some milk from saying the shoe shop, and you could have just kids coming up like, hey, picture, and when you're really trying to just buy your milk, like, I don't feel like that's
This
that.
is gonna last.
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is gonna last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta
you have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you
Ooh.
do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work.
Oh! You guys! Oh!
Oh, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur.
She said the word. She said the word. She said the word. I need some time, guys.
I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so
And
then
that's
you would
facts,
have
dude.
to
That's kinda
actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the
And
office.
I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn
Yeah, but
around.
you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to turn
proving my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
This Jason guy is so lost, man.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You could go cook over here, cook over there.
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight yo, Lacey. It's the truth.
Holy rage bit. I just already know this video is just gonna be streamers rage bit these guys, man.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal. I gotta post on an Instagram story. 4 local cans. I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention, you have to do work. It ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered
Guy said he has to do an Instagram post.
nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you. Ron.
Well done. Well done.
35 years ago.
5 years
decided to
ago.
go to nursing school because
Burn-
I wanted to be a creative. I thought.
35 years ago. How old is she then? Like, holy unk
I
status.
loved fashion. I loved acting. I loved singing.
I feel that.
But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s,
35 years ago. How?
people didn't give a rat's ass.
Oh, that was
if
the
you created
1990s.
something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes,
Facts.
a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
you get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever
You
done it?
get spoiled. You get spoiled.
What is this? No, but I can't get over this. What is this?
Your mama and daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Guys,
I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30
He dropped the
days
bomb.
straight.
He dropped the bomb.
24 hours a day.
Day and night. No break.
We all stream for.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax.
Fair enough,
You
fair
are on
enough.
camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
If you know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute
You
ad.
pass trays. You're short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and
I
judging
got
you.
caught with my ex.
I got
in
caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. Mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. Do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think. Social
Can we get some W runners in the chat? Cause she kind of speaking
media,
facts.
what they say about you.
That's our
That's
job.
our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
30
They gotta give me a trigger warning before saying slurs like that. Holy. But I keep doing this.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, etc., or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh,
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands. You're saving one.
Okay, this is I'm on the streamer side, but that's the first point I kind of disagree with. I low-key feel like. Who's this guy? Oh, you got a Jordan full white cement some.
Subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he part of the
editors,
face team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
That's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us.
I don't know what this guy's doing. This guy's been confused the whole video.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
She laughing, bro. Nah, she making me.
What is she laughing at? Ugh, I just like spit go out. Rum. We all know Stable Ronaldo. We know the Payphone guy. Payphone.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is?
Occupation unknown. So you're telling me this unemployed guy who looks like Albert Einstein is the one arguing that a 9-to-5 is harder when he doesn't have a job himself? Come on now, let's look in there.
It's not harder than what
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you.
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah, when you go to
guaranteed.
work every day,
So
everyone's
you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking
Why is he trying to sound so philosophical?
9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
That's facts, though.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay. That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to
That's
stay
true.
relevant.
You
They're
gotta
always
be
talking-
innovative.
Yeah, what do you-
talking about pay?
Okay, so what do you
So
want to
that's
start with
one
though?
way that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you
even.
started with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
Yeah, you 100% are. So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
Stuff
is
that you need
difficult.
creativity. You need to
Okay.
get out of your circle, comfort
Sure.
zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe. And
Connecting friends this summer on Vodafone, the nation's network.
Who is making like Vodafone?
in the sense of like, oh, this is good content.
That's facts though, because that is facts, because it is going. Like I know from experience, like thinking of a video idea is like top 10 hardest things ever. Like sometimes you'd be like, if I'm saying like, you'd be like, what even is that? And it is generally difficult to think, because it's like you're trying to think of a new thought. So really, technically speaking, I feel like streamers are technically philosophers. So are YouTubers, because they're creating something that has never been done, which technically is what a philosopher is. So they're technically inventors, technically speaking.
Do you watch any
Especially
TV shows?
Adapt.
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube?
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us
Uncle
who
watches
for
YouTube.
different
He's a
audience.
youngin.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to
doesn't
you
have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah,
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity.
there's
The
Some
hard-
people around here
dictionary.
said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with
You-
millions
when
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So
a
when
job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
So if the
That's
work
facts.
is picking up a phone or turning on the camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much
This guy Loki got cool glasses. I ain't even gonna lie. Matches his
you do
Blazer.
with that stuff while you are actually doing
Kinda
your
aura
job
farming.
for however many number
Okay,
of hours
perfectly.
that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Oh! You started making a good point, and then he just goes, sorry, bye. Holy. What's wrong with my mouse? Ooh.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
Alright, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but
Same thing.
I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does
What? What the hell you gonna say?
for me when I get home. But if I
This
did,
guy had the same reaction.
I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and
Isn't that just called being smart? Like, I feel like these guys are just jealous that they could go on holiday, stream it, make the holiday money back, plus triple, and call that a job.
travel the world and have other
So,
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
If I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was
Man,
making
you
money, and it
not
slowly went
turn
super
out
up,
the
and then
lights
all of a sudden
now.
it went
I'm bad.
down, right? I lost everything, fell off
He was about to
completely.
though.
About to myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9-to-5 worker has been there.
So
that's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support
We've all
system.
been there.
I moved across the country.
I don't
from
think
my
that's a
parents at the
flex.
age
But we've all been there. That's not a good thing. You gotta go seek some help about we've all been there. Maybe that's who's we. That's just you, little bro.
19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my rent. Like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was
You
losing.
were in the red every
I
month.
was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too, and everything's going down. Where's my support system?
I don't like why she's laughing, bro.
I don't know why she's laughing. She's a school chef, like.
That for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
Privilege. Bro, they really be making podcast equipment too cheap. Like, if you gave her a mic, living with your parents 16, that's supposed to be normal.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope.
Alright, Unc in the back, you're gonna die of laughter in a second. Relax.
Have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What is
take
that?
9
It's a
to
whole
5s.
different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or
But
accept
that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they
That's just saying, even for a streamer, it'd be hard. That'd be hard for anybody.
still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
So that's
Do you
privilege.
not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money.
That's good money. See, why does the video keep going small when I click?
Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be...
I ain't gonna lie, if every single job on earth made 100k a year, then 100k a month, realistically, no job is hard. Because if I'm going to Foot Locker every single day, waking up, making 100k a month, one, I'm not gonna be going. Two, go 100k a month, stand about for a bit. Oh, hey, madam, would you like this shoe? Here's a shoe. You feel what I'm saying? And even then, I'd probably still pick streaming to be difficult than that. But
be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say I
lose,
lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But that's-
videos. Even if people are hating on you and
that's not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
hey, sign me up to Streamer University, man. I gotta learn.
How you doing, bro?
Oh, we got Einstein, college professor.
Dave, how we doing?
This is the real college professor here. Phase adapt.
Doing good.
This
First
guy
of
ain't
all, I
no
wanna
college
say I do
professor.
respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job. You don't know that.
Mm.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not.
Who's this guy saying
a
he
daily
does
thing,
know
it's
it?
a weekly thing. It's a monthly thing. It's a yearly thing. It's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're going to lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers, and you have a large following enough.
Well, that's like the
there's
person
enough
saying,
of a range.
that's like the person that lost his job is going to get another job if he loses his job. I don't know what Boldy is trying to make here. What point Boldy is trying to make here. For I'm saying,
Of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs as
the way adapt just sits is so intelligent.
could be now. They get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years
Okay.
and years and years
Okay.
and hours of trust.
That's facts. That's what we're trying to build right now.
And intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
Look,
That
the
you
things-
don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general.
I could tell, Unc. Bruv, you got a white beard, you're bald, and you're wearing glasses like that.
Angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal.
That's facts.
Like, the mental toll that it takes.
I'm not glad. This guy, he's on the edge of speaking facts, because he's not really saying anything smart, obviously, because you cannot outsmart phase adapt, right? But he's not saying anything stupid either. And what's he looking at the camera like this? Why is he looking at me like this? I feel kind of attacked. But nah, you could tell he's educated. You could tell he's educated for sure.
Dealing with people and getting comments and this and that. That's what everybody deals with.
That's
Like, you don't have to wake up. At
He's
2 in the
true, because even guys with like 100 followers probably could get hate comments. So that it's different to 100 million or a million followers, but
morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do? What
Well,
do
I'm
you
a
do?
college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
Right,
We have
you're
to, you
right.
already know what he's doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
Me in particular, to
Hey.
Sam's point, you're a college professor, so you're
he's making a good point, because I swear college professors don't even be doing. They just be standing at the front saying stuff. They don't even go do no teaching about, like, guys would be like on their phones during lectures. They just go read like.
essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting.
You
I
were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if
So
that's
had
something to be proud of, but okay.
So
I think that may have just ended the debate in a sentence, because who in this room? I mean, let's look at the surroundings here. We got Unc over here, we got Unc T over here, we got another Unc, and then we got this guy who I don't think is even real. And then we got this woman over here. Like, technically speaking, no one here is gonna hit a train truck, a crane trick shot. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a
I had
good
to do
point.
that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
You're how many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
Yeah, all of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you? Like,
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it.
See, he's just not making a good point now, because it's like saying, like, he's just not.
thing.
That's
And
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the previous
exist,
voting.
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press
So the
play, you
fact-
couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on, then
Yeah.
boom, then there you go.
Right, but I
Yeah,
also
you
had
have
to
a
spend
campus to
years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
Chill out, man. It's a video here, you know. Chill out, Unc.
You just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
That's facts.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist.
Hair and makeup
Physical
artist.
job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys.
It's not really physical. You kind of just do a little bit of. But I wouldn't be the judge of that.
Compete with the
Oh,
physicality.
brother.
You guys just this is.
I
this
know
is
how to do a three-strand.
just
Is she a bricklayer or something, or is she a hairstylist? Come on now. Physicality? Look at your build. I can't see no effects of physicality over there about physical.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone is very different. Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of
Oh,
your
I'm so
hair, makeup,
sorry.
all of your
Oh
supplies.
my
You
god,
have
I'm
to
so
haul it
sorry for
around,
her.
get up early in the morning. You have to stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you.
breathing in. You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
Maybe don't breathe them in then. Or wear a mask. Like, am I Einstein or is this just not common sense?
All right, can I talk? Can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
They're just
job
dangerous.
isn't
So
dangerous.
your
Your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your thing
physically
is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
bet. Listen. So your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get that.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no,
physical.
no, but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let me
5
talk
job
for a
where
second.
you physically.
How is it streaming not physical though? Like, you'd be jumping about. You'd be, if I'm saying, like, even now I'm moving my hands. And they'd be walking around and stuff as well.
have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
physically, I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't.
I think we just end the video here, honestly. She can't do any of those.
None of you can.
carry some, just
None of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
And you
physically
have
go
to
do
do
that.
that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You're
yes.
thinking of 4 days they had a trick shot. You're thinking 4 days they had a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is
Yes,
never
I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
You don't
all
know-
of the
wait,
things
wait.
that you
Stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I
That is so real. You got none, unless you're a YouTuber yourself, none of you guys are gonna experience like when you record a whole video done and then you go over to your second screen and you're going over to stop recording and then you see you didn't even start recording. You done a whole hour-long video and you didn't even start recording and then you just see start recording. That I generally think that has to be a top 10 worst feeling of all time.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. Your main underlining argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing.
Okay,
is
we hear you.
What you do is
We hear you,
physically
Cindy.
more taxing and
Yeah.
hard than what any of us.
And things are really kicking off in Australia this year.
Ooh.
So go on, give Australia a try. Come and
I
see.
could visit Australia after that kangaroo.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never.
That's
I would go
facts.
as far
Okay,
as-
so
I don't-
how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many
any of you
hours
guys
a
ever do.
day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drift.
Stick drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all.
They're making a good point, dude. That's the thing.
That are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
I gotta.
Wait.
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because
decapitated
he quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Silky. Oh, I know Silky. I was trying to figure out who this is, but it's Silky.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children. I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes.
Listen, we're not gonna watch this video without going unbothered by this trim. Now, with all due respect, I don't want to, you know, if I'm saying, I don't want to be the one talking here. But what was the plan here? You know, the wind is your worst enemy. You're bold, but then you got a little bit of hair. Is that your, you know, you feel what I'm saying? It looks like.
All that, you know, because
I'm not gonna
it's
judge.
who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Well, that's just her problem. If you complaining about getting up at 6 in the morning knowing that you were in the club at 3 a.m. that same day, then that's a you problem.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like.
Pause.
Okay, now.
What kind of shit's going on?
You go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9-to-5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people's
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many fans we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my
Of
God.
course I watch
So do
entertainment.
you ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I
So
laugh.
then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm
Did it
watching
make you- wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer your because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right, come on. Let's
So
do it.
when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
Do you know? You just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
So it's easier.
I'm a very social.
I think she's lost on what side she's debating for.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am.
Good for
I
her.
do social media.
Good
what
for
we
you.
do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had people
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Have kids
guy
come up
said
to me
Ben 10.
and say these things. So
Okay.
Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day, bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your mom
loves
and
it.
say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude.
She works at 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She could work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect. No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with this guy?
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't want to watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay. I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay.
Bro, who is this guy?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
You're on his diesel.
Okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to. hear this.
No, listen. Listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. You know what I'm saying?
Why's he got 2 phones there?
I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No,
Let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He's got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah,
so-
this, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool,
Still
right?
he got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrubble
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is fried.
You know what's crazy?
My mind is-
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
You
today.
already did my
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but
No.
do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill
No,
himself?
I don't know.
War rope.
I don't know.
This guy is not real. Give a man enough rope. What do you want me to do with the rope?
You're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out of here. He has no social
All right,
cues.
all right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
I want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it
Rhonda's
that
kinda
you're
wise.
doing
Rhonda's my
that's
favorite so
helping
far.
Other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Jason.
Uh-oh, here you go.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
He had one job. All he had to say, I believe whatever was harder. One job.
I believe.
I think streaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
I loved her.
See, I don't know why that woman is always laughing in the back. Like these guys aren't all more successful than her.
I loved her and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you lost the
Streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe one,
But,
two, three.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to 5.
that
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
Mm.
bag.
He did it for a
bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for?
Ooh.
Something that I
Future
love.
for something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
That's facts, though. Always pick motion. What's it? The 3 laws of motion: money, motion, motivation. Shout out Bizu and Bizai. You know who I'm talking about.
Lala Costa?
Lala Casta. Casta Blanca.
She makes a percent off
Attorney.
fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't?
Ooh.
Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it?
Mm.
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV show can't. It's done. What happened to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm saying if
Baby,
thousands of you
Honey.
stopped watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
She had a short say. I feel like some of these guys are saying way more than other guys.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model, but
Okay.
I've worked.
Professional model. She can't say nothing about working hard. About streaming being harder than a professional model. Should I show you what a professional model does? Like, come on, that's supposed to be harder than streaming? Let's look in now, guys. Come on now. Age of 14.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You
1
got
in
lucky.
240
There's so
people
many
are
people
attorneys.
out there.
Talented. It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
no. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Okay.
No, it's facts though. I feel like the ones that do post selfies is kind of easy to.
Why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I
camera.
was 16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours
Yeah, no.
That's
yeah,
what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think, people who don't have a job, they feel like they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I
That's
think
facts,
even
though.
having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you?
That's
gonna
true.
dismiss all
Is he
this
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
it?
I got
No,
fourth
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
So
you're
that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing? Is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
worked.
talent. They have
They
a
worked.
talent.
They had a
but
team.
as,
So what
you
do
know
you
how
do?
many talented people.
I guarantee if you put a controller in any single one of them hands, I'm not even a pro gamer myself. Obviously, I game anything, I'm beating them, and I ain't even like no pro Call of Duty player. I'm 100% beating them.
Chance. They don't get the shot at it.
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said. You just
No.
said.
What he did
I
to get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot.
That's true. I don't know why they always think it's luck when you put in the work before the luck. Like if you work every day, eventually you're gonna get lucky. But if you don't work, then you're not gonna get lucky. Quotes.
You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah.
So that's not. I mean, if that's
No,
fucking,
stand on it, stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some
You're lucky
sort
to
of
be
way.
born. Like luck is not an
Also,
exception
pure
to
talent.
discredit success.
And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people.
So he's just smart for doing all the right stuff. How's that luck?
So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
See, I don't know why she keeps can't we just analyze this build? Go to the gym. Go to the gym before you start discrediting other people's success. You don't have got no success of your own. And you apparently have the harder route.
Video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on.
They're just hating on a rich guy, man.
You couldn't do
That's
it.
a skill.
Your son couldn't do it.
some
Your
people-
grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't-
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
Hey,
The
Ronaldo,
genes
gotta
are
relax.
done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were.
With a simple search,
It's just like the fourth ad in this video. Like, we gotta relax. We gotta buy YouTube Premium or an ad blocker or something. Whole 20-second ad as well. Let me watch this ad.
or even this.
Wow.
Wherever you're going,
Whoa.
discover tours, tickets, and attractions at getyourguide.co.uk.
No way!
Unforgettable travel.
Oh my god, I gotta buy this. Another ad. Another whole advert.
Growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe.
That's good. That could be an
If we're good
innovative.
enough at it, and we create.
Do you not
good
think
enough
do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something,
maybe.
it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think you don't think it's talent?
You're just too old to understand.
Ooh, that's yeah. It's just, I can't argue that because
Y'all could
I
never
gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a
Didn't he
disconnect
get
from
carried?
A generation where this didn't exist. His career. You looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
And it's fun, but it's like,
And that's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fine.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
Oh no. I could tell she's a
Ronnie.
yapper.
Ronnie, nice to meet
The
you.
I'm
boss.
Ronnie.
My name's Ronnie.
And my occupation is unknown because I'm actually unemployed, and I'm trying to argue that 95's harder when I'm clearly unemployed.
You were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like
Duh.
taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's being what? What does that even mean?
You
It's
lose
in-
everything. Every
lose
dollar.
everything. That's the
Everything.
same-
You lose
that's
everything.
the
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent.
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's
Oh,
What's
and
the
it's
point?
Is it not the same concept? Like,
I don't know. Back in 2020,
If you get fired, your life's just over apparently now.
when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
I know, but if you lose a job,
You just get another one?
No, you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching.
I feel like Face Swag is so mature. Like, he's so oral with it.
Another one for
No
10 months.
glaze.
I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my
I uploaded
resume.
videos. I uploaded.
Maybe that's a her problem. Has she ever said that? Maybe it's me that they don't want about luck.
Videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did
It's
you
just-
wait?
it's-
You
it's-
And
uploaded
it do
7
be like
videos
that.
and
You
didn't
just
get
got
any views?
power
school,
through.
went to school and still.
And paid rent.
Yes, I still worked. I worked
Oh, so that you had another job.
as a parking attendant. Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
Holy Karen, man. That doesn't sound like you're doing a very good job. Like, do me a favor and throw that table across that face.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good
Wait,
at your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
that's
I just
a
go.
one nine
I go
to
like this. I
five.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can
Skill,
master
talent.
it with, you know,
Ooh,
sorry.
But people
my next,
millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it.
I don't even know what a talent is. Like, what even is a talent? Being good at something, no?
Being
So is that not
I
a
think it's a skill.
talent?
I think it's something you can master. I don't think
I-
you're
I-
a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I
Get your
put
words
my
out.
thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
That they have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso. Like,
I'm
what?
saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament
You
and
could
win
never.
it.
You couldn't.
And win it.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You wouldn't even. You couldn't.
No, she couldn't.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even
qualify?
find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it.
I know.
but-
Couldn't find your own bitch.
But you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing.
It's not,
I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you
how
can
do you
own.
how
and
do
you
you
can
know
master.
how do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not a professional.
Nah, she's right. She's played Mario
No,
Kart.
not a
She's
professional
right.
level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, so but you don't.
So what is she trying to pursue? Because she's been unemployed for 10 months. You might as well try.
Say it's yours is harder.
What
How do
is-
you know? But
what
how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work
Uh-huh.
and editing and filming and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had
you
to
did-
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone, Tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't
short?
know no,
launch
I
pad?
don't. But if I
Exactly,
want,
you couldn't, but Excel sheet, you can do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
go-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
and
refreshes
As a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that?
Okay,
Yeah,
then
but
say
if you
it.
wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on race.
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
So let's give you, so let's
Who do you think she is?
Pay for her, whatever it is. Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how the job works. You pay me, I'll get the job done.
That's such an employee mentality. You pay me, I get the job done.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work. And you
This guy's the chillest guy of all of them. He got the shades on, the chain on, the ring on. This guy is chill. MK, ooh.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame in this era.
I like her, honest.
Technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with cop. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and we respect where they are. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's just, that's what I
Fair enough,
think.
fair enough.
My mind was.
I feel like she's right though. Different generation, different ideas.
Change in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Yeah, shut up, punk. That's where we end the video. If you did enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe. This was kind of a long one, so I hope you all had your popcorn. Hour-long video, holy! But we had to react to it. I feel like it was a funny video though. Let me know what you guys think is harder, streaming or 9 to 5. I just feel like it depends on the type of streamer you are and the type of 9 to 5 you really be working. But if you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, so subscribe.